The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
So welcome to another episode of the Icons of Real Estate podcast, where we highlight top professionals who are making waves in the industry. I'm your host, Karen Roberts, and today I'm thrilled to introduce Brian Copland. He is a seasoned broker associate and realtor with over $350 million in sales since 2001. Now, his real estate journey began in Houston, Texas, inspired by his father. Now, he earned his license while at the University of Texas in Austin, quickly excelling in sales and investments. Now, Brian's career includes co-founding boutique brokerages, and he has achieved top producer status with Realty Austin, and now he's with EXP. So welcome to the show, Brian. Looking forward to, you sharing your story and your insights.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That was a heck of an intro. I think today we're over 500 million, so I probably need to update my bio.
There we go. That's a big increase, right? From last I looked.
It's all math.
There you go. And now you're ranked pretty high in the nation by Real Trends. Your expertise spans, it's not just residential. You do commercial projects, I suppose I should say. So would you like to share with the listeners a little bit about your backstory? Your father played a significant role in your early exposure to real estate. And how did his career inspire you to pursue this path?
Yeah, it all started, I remember being young. My dad was a commercial appraiser by trade. And I just remember always being around real estate, and he was an investor as well. And then when I went to University of Texas, I was always very entrepreneurial up to this point. We went to University of Texas in Austin, and my sister's boyfriend ended up getting his real estate license at the time. And my mom said, "Hey, you should get your license." I said, no, I'm good. And I was in an organization where we ended up all leasing. Me and all my buddies ended up leasing all of our homes from some older kid in our organization. He probably made a killing. And I was like, okay, interesting, but I don't know if I want to do this. And so I took my real estate classes with my mother. I think at that time it was 3 weekends in a row. Today it's probably much tougher. And I went down, I call it Real Estate Row in Austin, where all the leasing offices were at the time, and said, "Hey, I just got my license. I have no idea what I'm doing. Can I work here?" And
Wow.
And that was the beginning. And somebody took a flyer on me, and it ended up being a perfect spot looking back. It was a very investment intensive office. Like a couple of the brokers in there were doing their own deals. So I got a flavor of that, which was really fun. And I was able to just excel during my college career, and able to purchase a few homes during college. And then, just like any young 20-something-year-old, you have no risk meter and you think you know it all. And so I ended up walking in my broker's office one day and said, "You know what? I'm going to go up on my own. I graduated. I can do it." And I had big dreams. And, it's always harder than you think it is, but I had a good run and had my own brokerage for a year, and then under my namesake, and then ended up merging with a couple buddies and had a much bigger brokerage. By bigger, I mean I went from maybe 3 agents to 10 agents, and it ended up, I was doing great, but the company was not doing well if you took my production out of it and my partners. And it was a great learning lesson. And then I jumped ship and got convinced to go eat my pride and joined a wonderful local company in Austin. Was the largest independent brokerage in Central Texas, and really thrived there. So that's kind of my quick run. And then here I'm at EXP, 2.5, about almost 26, 27 months later, after
Wow.
jumping ship where I was 10 years.
And so what was the initial pull? What made you make that jump into EXP?
You know, I, s- I- somebody claims they talked to me about it. Maybe they did, and I wasn't in the right headspace to even be open-minded about it. But when I really heard it, it made a lot of sense to me. The model, it's a wonderful platform for agents who have bigger dreams than just their next transaction. And even if they are doing a lot of transactions, it makes a lot of sense to keep more of your commission and become an owner in your business. And a lot of
Mm,
agents that I talk to, whether they're new in the business or incredibly experienced, they don't realize when they're asked the question, "Do you own your own business?"
mm.
They pause and what what are you talking about? Of course I own my own business. The reality is that us as agents, we trade time for money. And a real business owner owns a business that can operate on its own when you're not working and having to go be the technician.
Mhm.
And the EXP platform changes that model a little bit, flips it upside down. And I'm just having a lot of fun meeting incredible people and becoming inspired more and more every day because it's just an open book, collaborative model.
And how has that changed your personal life doing this jump where there's a mixture of, yes, you need to still, do transactions, but you do have this bit more of a passive income that's maybe a little bit more long term. But over the last, what do you say, 20, 26 months, how has that changed your life?
It's changed my life because I'm excited every day to go to work. I'm excited. I have a different mindset of really helping others. The traditional legacy real estate model is yes, people like who they work with, but the reality is there's no alignment. And I
Hmm.
have incredible alignment with everybody because I'm an owner in the company and because I'm directly receiving a percentage of revenue off the agents in my organization. These are people that I've never even met in person. These are people that around the country, right? That these are people in Austin who I've always incredibly respected, but now we have something different, right? We share a common bond, and um, and it's super fun to watch this thing grow because people are coming for the right reasons, and that's because people have a different mentality to really help others and build people up. And we're no
Mm.
longer exactly competitors, we're collaborators. And for me, I've learned so much of what other people do that is carried over my day-to-day life. So for example, um, I I used to like worry every day that I wasn't doing enough marketing, that it wasn't have enough social presence. And we get so busy on our own business, and the day goes by like that, and it's over, and it's like crap. You're tired when you go home. You still have 14 emails to respond to. So now I've learned what other successful agents are doing behind the curtain. Like they have marketing help, low cost, high return. So now I have a VA that helps me on that. I don't feel the pressure every day where I'm not achieving my daily standard that I need to get done. It may not be perfect, but it's consistent. And
Mm.
consistency will improve, the quality of output will improve over time, right?
Mm.
And so like now I can leave to go to my kids' little league practice at 4 o'clock and know that I'm still going to get what I need done because I'm in a model where I've learned what other people are doing to have a balanced life and be successful.
I love that.
Yeah.
Delegate, 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 and then
Yeah.
focus on the money making things throughout your day. So you've been involved in both residential and commercial construction projects. How have the two different experiences shaped your approach as a realtor?
I've always had a bigger mindset than just the next transaction. I love my clients. I want to help my clients. That's what they hire me to do. But I also have a bigger purpose in life. I have 4 children. And like the reality is money doesn't change, your daily life, but building wealth over time makes a lot of sense for those that are in real estate.
Hmm.
And sometimes us as real estate agents, we get caught up in that deal, in the deal, in the deal. But the reality is that we need to have a bigger picture, and the bigger picture being, hey, listen, we teach all of our clients to go buy a home. How do you buy a home? What financing tools? How much do you need to save? What's a smart investment? What's not? But yet we forget to look in the mirror and do it ourselves. And I'm incredibly passionate about agents building something for themselves as they help others along the way. And so I've been
Mm.
able to do that. I've been able to acquire a lot of investment property over the years, and think a little bit differently than the average agent because for example, I always try to encourage my clients to put properties on a 15-year loan. Hey, I get it. Most people want cash flow, right? But the reality is 15 years goes by very quickly.
Mhm.
And, you're in a much better spot. We've seen recently in the past couple of years a shift in the market. Not everything goes up and up and up forever. And people sometimes forget there's risk involved. And when you put something on a shorter pay down, right? Shorter AM schedule, 15 years versus 30, you're going to end up in a much better spot, even in 5 years, in 7 years. Because if the
Mm.
market has a correction and values come down, which they have in many markets right now, right? Because of higher interest rates, you're in a really good spot. You have a lot more
Mm.
equity.
Great tip there. Fantastic. And look, you've accumulated some impressive accolades, being ranked the number 100 agent in the whole nation. So what is it that is really motivating you to continually push your boundaries with your career, other than your 4 children?
I think sometimes we have to get uncomfortable. So I always try to like recreate the wheel. It's a game, right? Like, how can I now AI is so big. I
Yeah.
mean, literally last night, I was up last night on my computer trying to figure out how I can automate a process. And
Mm.
so there's always new tools and technology that can push you to be better, to do things more efficiently. And that's what I really try to embrace. Like, how do we reach our clients more consistently? How do we provide more value for them more consistently? How can we automate that? What new tools are people using? I learned about one yesterday that I literally downloaded and I told my partner about it. I'm like, hey, we got to start using this. So that's really fun to always try to reinvent ourselves and become, not change dramatically what we do, but but how can we do something bigger and better without running ourselves into a wall, right? How can we
Mm.
be more efficient and more productive? And that's
Mm.
that's
Well,
that's always something that's, I think, bigger than just the process. How can I evolve the process? And that's really fun.
yeah, definitely. Well, it's giving you back your time. So again, you can focus on the more important thing. So again,
And maybe work or maybe life, right? Like,
yeah,
people need important balances.
yes, totally. And so um, with regards to how things have gone on over there, last year was odd. And like you said, with the interest rates, we're in different times right now. But transaction wise, how was it for you guys last year?
It was slower than we'd like, but
Hmm.
I think that's pretty common. I mean, we were at
Yes.
industry as a whole at 35-year low in number of sales. We had many sales that would have been considered slam dunks 2 years before that.
Hmm.
And I really gotten back to skill-based training. I mean, how to have tough conversations with clients,
Mm.
how to present it in a way that's easily understandable and um, agreeable, where we're not receiving the results we need. The market is rejecting our price. You know,
Mm.
buyers can reject offers, right? And that would mean that they are rejecting the list price. They're not coming to tour the home. They're not writing offers. And when clients think of it that way, that the
Mm.
market is rejecting our price that we're putting out there, it starts to mean something a little different than, hey, let's just go lower the price. It's like, no, no,
Yeah.
we are getting rejected now for 30 days. All right, well, let's make an adjustment. 30 days later, all right, we're still not where we need to be. People are choosing other homes, and we've had to get really, really firm, but really skilled on how to have these conversations, show supply demand, absorption rates, what's happening right now. And I think the conversations are going well. They're not fun in our market, but I know other markets are really hot. And so every morning I'm on a training call, sales training. I used to never do this, but that's part of like that evolution. How to getting back to how to have listing presentations, right? Like sellers are asking different questions. How to have a great buyer presentation. Buyers are asking different questions about the NAR settlement and commissions.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's your fee? You better have a really, really good value proposition in order to have a client be willing to pay 3% or 4% or 2%, whatever your fee is, because it's real dollars then when it feels different to them, that it's coming out of their pocket instead of being paid for by the seller.
And I suppose what it's done then, the market is almost forced you to go back to the basics, hone your skills, and it's just a continual learning process, right?
Yeah,
no matter how many years that you've been in business, you're still learning, still taking on new things. You've got to adapt to change. Love that.
100%. And the ones that don't are going to be the ones that are left in the dust, and the ones that do become really good at their craft right now in the basics and have daily standards. Make X number of calls every day. Call past clients. Tell them you're filling your spring pipeline. Hey, who do they know that may need help buying or selling a home? It's okay to make phone calls. What's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to say hi. Great calling me. Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate you checking in. And so we're having to do those things that we just never had to do because of the environment we're in. But that's okay. It also creates a lot of opportunity right now. And we're trying to
if you're open to it, only if you're open to doing those things. So
That's
finally, Icons of Real Estate. We're not just a podcast, we're the #1 real estate podcast network globally, and we are passionate about making podcasting accessible to everybody involved in the business of real estate. So Brian, if you had your own podcast, what do you think you'd call it?
Oh, that's a really good question. I've seen some really creative names.
Do you need to be that creative or
no,
tell it
you're
as
right.
it is?
You're the coach and the expert. So you tell me that, I think my podcast would be Daily Standards of Real Estate.
The Daily Standards of Real Estate. Perfect. There you go.
Yeah, because if you're not doing what you need to do every day and have standards, what do you have?
Business. There it is. Wonderful. So what's next for Brian? What are your goals now for this year?
Yeah, our goal is to have a much better year than last year production wise, which I think is going to happen. I think we're in a good spot. Buyers and sellers are in the right headspace right now, being more realistic than they were last year. So that's always helpful in conversations. Number one. Number two, we are continuing to evolve AI processes. I really am digging deep into that. Some cool stuff out there to be able to take advantage of. Getting back to our database is really important. Reorganizing that. Find those ones that really matter. There's always a core group that are just your raving fans, and we're finding those and really paying more attention to them. And then lastly, I love the EXP platform. I want to help others build a business on our platform, help take their business and make it as big as they want it to be. And we are bringing on partners all over the country and doing some amazing things on that front. So just loving the spot where I'm at right now.
Fantastic. And so for the listeners, if there are other agents out there that are, might be looking into finding out more about how they can join you, or people wanting to just simply buy or sell in where you are. So how do they reach you? How do they reach out to you?
I'm on all the platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. But my cell phone is 512-576-0288. 512-576-0288. Pick up the phone, call me, say hi, and see where life goes.
Fantastic. Brian, thank you very much for your time today. It's been wonderful speaking with you. And to the listeners, I'll be back next time with the Icons of Real Estate. Bye for now.
Thank you.